Eid 2026 is here, a day that is meant to bring joy, a day that is meant to bring smiles, a day that is meant to unite hearts. But this year, something feels different. This year, the Ummah is not celebrating the same way. Because while some homes are preparing sweets, others are burying their children. Before we understand this pain, we must understand what Eid truly is. Eid-ul-Fitr marks the end of Ramadan, a month of fasting, patience and worship. And at the heart of this celebration is Salat al-Eid. The Eid prayer is not just a ritual. It is one of the most powerful collective acts of worship in Islam. It is performed shortly after sunrise and consists of 2 rakats with extra takbirs, followed by a sermon, the khutbah. But its meaning goes far beyond that. Eid prayer is a moment where the entire Ummah stands together and declares the oneness of God. The Ummah declares the sole purpose of its creation, which is to worship Allah alone. It is a declaration that despite hunger, despite struggles, Allah gave us the strength to complete Ramadan. It is a day of gratitude, a day to thank Allah for every blessing, seen and unseen. On Eid morning, millions gather in open fields, mosques and streets. Rich and poor, young and old, all standing shoulder to shoulder. No status, no division, just one Ummah. This is the beauty of Eid prayer. It reminds us that we are one body. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, would attend Eid prayer regularly. And before this prayer comes a responsibility, Zakatul Fitr. A charity meant to purify our fasts and ensure that even the poorest Muslim can celebrate Eid. In Islam, no one should be left behind on Eid. But now ask yourself, how does Eid feel this year? Because while we prepare for Eid, Al-Aqsa is under siege. The Holy Mosque was closed throughout Ramadan. Even Eid prayers cannot be held there. The very place where prophets prayed, where the Ummah should unite, is now silenced. Scholars and leaders of Al-Aqsa are being targeted and detained. Recently, Sheikh Raid Salah sent a heartbreaking message from outside Al-Aqsa Mosque hours before his arrest, saying the site is wounded. And it doesn't stop there. Muslim lands are on fire. Lebanon is suffering, once again facing an invasion. Every single day, aircraft strikes are taking lives. UN has released a statement that, every day, almost an entire classroom of children is wiped out. Daily. And the most painful part? The Ummah is not only under attack from outside, it is also breaking from within. Instead of unity, there's conflict. Instead of helping the oppressed, some are choosing to side against their own. Nations that should stand together are turning against each other. Only yesterday, Gulf nations united against Iran. It warned Iran of a military confrontation. Iran, which is already facing lethal attacks from 2 superpowers, Israel and the US, will now face attacks from more nations. Shouldn't Gulf nations have united with Iran against the aggressors? Who will benefit the most as Gulf nations join hands with the US and Israel to break Iran? Everyone knows the answer. While the Gulf was already in flames, Afghanistan and Pakistan were also busy with their fights. Pakistan had attacked a hospital nearly 2 days ago, which led to the deaths of 400 innocent civilians. Afghanistan also retaliated and attacked Pakistan. This is all happening during the last 10 nights of Ramadan, between 2 Muslim-majority nations that both claim to follow Islam for their governance. So now the question is this really a time to celebrate, or is it a time to cry? How do we smile when the Ummah is bleeding? How do we celebrate when Al-Aqsa is captive? How do we wear new clothes when others are wrapped in burial kafan? But even in this darkness, there is a message. Eid is not just about joy. It is about awakening and realizing that we have lost something. Our unity is essential, as right now we are acting against the interests of Islam. This Eid, celebrate, yes, because Allah commanded joy after Ramadan, but remember those who cannot celebrate. Pray for Palestine, Iran, Lebanon, Pakistan and Afghanistan. Pray for the children who are under fear, and pray that the Muslim Ummah realizes who their real enemies are. May Allah end the pain and suffering of this Ummah. May Allah unite the Ummah. Aamin.